Good morning, guys. It is Monday, July 16th. It is around 9:30 a.m. And if you can't tell, I am soaking wet because it decided to rain as soon as I get out of my car to get into my classroom this morning. So, hoping that's not how my day is going to go today. I have a lot of stuff to do. I know last week I was talking to you guys, well, not last week, but in the last vlog, I was saying that this video is going to be my classroom tour video, but after thinking about all the stuff I have to do and really making a list of all the things that aren't ready yet, I have come to the conclusion that I am nowhere near ready to start filming a classroom tour video. So I still have a lot of things that I have to do. So I think this video is just gonna be a continuation of a classroom setup. I apologize in advance to everyone that was thinking this was gonna be a classroom tour video. But I promise, pinky promise, that the next video that I'll put up after this one will be a classroom tour video.
Okay, so these were the schedule cards that I had last year. I actually had this posted where my language focus wall is going to be. I had this board like cut in half, and I had on this side the objectives for the day. So I just had dry erase sentence strips that I cut up and assigned them by subject. So I had my objectives on this side, and then on this side I had my schedule for the day. I really do like the setup of this with the colors and the circles and all that stuff, but I don't think I want to do it again this year. I'm kind of pondering on how I want to do my schedule this year and where I want to exactly put it. I know I'm not going to have it on the board this year. What I'll probably do is put it right here. But I think that's how I'm going to do that. Like I said before, I don't know exactly how it's going to look, but I'll be thinking about it every now and then. These right here, don't mind this. This is something that a child made me. We made shaped flowers, and that was one of the shaped flowers that he made me. But these right here are clip art that I've gotten from TPT. It actually came from a game, like Unlock the School Year or something like that teachers are supposed to do at the beginning of the year. I didn't want to do the game. I just wanted the clip art. I bought the pack just to get the clip art, and I use this clip art as a supplies we need type thing. So on my board last year, somewhere over here, I had a little box and it said supplies we need. And whatever supplies we needed for an activity, I put that clip art there. So that way they knew exactly what they needed. They knew exactly what they didn't. And if they did have something they didn't need, there would be a consequence for it. I had last year a lot of problems with people taking stuff that they really didn't need and using stuff that they didn't really need. And so this was one way that I could hold them accountable for knowing what they needed to use and what they didn't. Because not only would I give that verbal, but they also had that visual on the board as well to refer back to as to what they need and what they don't. Back to this, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Actually, I'm gonna pause on that. I wanna get to this library right here because I've been doing this for the past month and I'm still not done. I've been doing it off and on and I'm still not done with it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish levels L, M, and N and then go ahead and have that out of the way.
All right, so I want to give you guys an update and let you know that I've done absolutely nothing that I planned on doing today. I don't know what happened. Well, I know what happened. I didn't do anything, but not even I didn't do anything. I just didn't do anything that I planned on doing today. So I planned on finishing up my classroom library today. I planned on go ahead and start and get some center stuff that I'll use for the beginning of the year. I wanted to go ahead and get started on some of the beginning of the year things, but it really didn't work out that way. What I did was I cleaned up a lot in my room. Even though a lot of things are in its place, even though a lot of things are where it's supposed to be, I don't know. Today was just not a day for me to get ready, and it stinks because I only have today and tomorrow to get all this stuff done. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I have new teacher orientation with my school district. So I'm not going to have any time other than today and tomorrow to get this stuff done. And it just kind of stinks just because I essentially just wasted a day. Some things I did make, though, I made labels for my center, so I did do that. I also went ahead and got my folders ready for my kids, their take-home folders, and I also started printing off some papers to them. I'll just show you that super quick.
Okay, so this is what I've been working on for a little minute. So I have my kids' take-home folders that I went ahead and made cover pages for. Now, I made this cover page myself just so it kind of goes with my quote-unquote theme of the classroom, black and bright colors. It just says, you know, daily take-home folder, my name, the school year, and then on this one right here, I'm going to put their first and last name as well as their student number because I use student numbers in my classroom. Now, I originally was going to type their names and numbers in here and then print it off that way, but I didn't want to do that just because I already had one student who is no longer in my classroom, and I did not want to make these and then figure out that, oh, well, I have some other kids that are not going to be in my room, and then I also have 2 or 3 new ones in my classroom. So I just went ahead and left it blank, and then I'll just write it in as the school year gets closer and as I get my finalized list. So I just have this just so they know whose folder is whose. I've already made copies of the school year calendar. So all of the days from the first day of school, which days we have off, which days are parent-teacher conference days. All of our breaks are on here. I don't want to show you the other side just because I don't want the other people to show. I have my district's name up here, so I don't want to show that. But I have that printed out for my parents. This is a template of the clip chart that we use throughout the grade band. So every teacher in first grade uses this clip chart. I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of on the fence about it just because I sometimes forget to utilize this. I'm really big in my classroom just on restorative practices, always, you know, setting times to do restorative circles if we're having a problem in the class. I'm always big on, you know, asking questions right then and there. So I always kind of forget about doing this, but this is something that, because we're just using grade-wise, that I'm going to try and implement just a little bit more, just to be a little bit more cognizant of and just make sure that I use it a little bit more this year than I did last year. And then this is a newsletter that I made for my parents. I kind of used this last year when I did my student teaching, just so the parents could get to know me, but I kind of changed a lot of things in it. I have a lot of stuff covered up just because the words in here have like my school name, the district name, school logos, contact information, all that stuff on there. So I wanted to go ahead and make sure that I took all of that off. This is the newsletter that I'm going to hand out to my kids' parents for this year as well. All right, so another thing I want to show you guys, these are labels that I made for my phonics tubs. These phonics tubs are going to be part of my intervention that I use for my SOAR. SOAR is what we call our intervention time, but this is what I plan on using for SOAR for kids who are not working with me in the moment. So I have 4 separate places they could be at other than me, and that's with phonics tubs, technology, writing, or read to self. So this is where all of my tub work is going to be. And like I said, it's all, if you could read these labels, it's all phonics. So these are all phonics tubs. We have 4 in a row phonics, which is kind of like tic-tac-toe. We have roller word, we use dice with. We have pocket charts. I have builder words, where we'll use magnetic letters to build our high frequency words. And then we have clip cards. I also have my writing stuff done. I don't have to do a lot with the technology because I'm going to be using iPads with that, and I already have the software on that. But on this side over here is where I'm going to put my work on writing center. So if you can see, I already put some labels up for different things. So these 3 baskets right here offer handwriting, writing unit we're doing, whether that's narrative, opinion, or informational. And then I'm going to have different prompts that reflect that writing that goes with it. I'm also going to have graphic organizers when we are reading books and we're talking about, you know, main idea, summarizing, 5-finger retails and all that stuff. I have graphic organizers that'll help with that as well. I have write the room papers, and then I'm not sure what I want this top one to be. I don't have anything else really for my writing center, but I'm sure I could think of something to put up there. But that's what I've done today. Again, it was kind of productive, but like I said, I've been productive, but not with what I wanted to be productive with. I also made a to-do list. I still gotta get those little readers done, and it's just a pain because I have to print them before I can make them, and printing them is a pain in the butt, but once I get it printed, it'll be super easy to finish. I gotta remember to make schedule cards for this upcoming year,
get my folders finished, go ahead and get the rest of the papers that I need from my parents to go ahead and put them in their folders, and then make plans for the first day of school, because I have the rest of this week, which will be consumed with new teacher orientation. I'll have next week, which will be consumed with teacher in-service days. So I'll be sitting and planning with my team. And then that next week, first day of school, August 1st. So I don't have a lot of time to play around. So I'm just going to go ahead and let you guys go for the rest of the day. I think I'm just kind of done. I'm kind of burnt out. I don't really want to do anything else. I just want to kind of go home and just, you know, lay around. But I'll come back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be refreshed and I can get started on the things I need to. All right, so I am leaving an hour earlier. Not an hour earlier. I'm leaving an hour later than I said I originally was, because what I decided to do was to go ahead and print off my level readers for levels L, M, and N, so that way I'll have something to work on while there we go. Okay, something for me to work on while I'm at home today. So hopefully when I come back here tomorrow, I'll have all that stuff done. So that way all I have left to do is everything, because I feel like that now that school is about to start, that I'm nowhere near ready. But at least my readers will be done by tomorrow, hopefully, if I do it tonight. And I will check in with you guys tomorrow. Good morning, guys. Today is Tuesday, July 17th. It is around 6:45, and I got here a lot earlier than I did yesterday. Today I wanted to get here a little earlier because I do have a teacher draft day today at central office. So all that is that all of the new hires in the district are going to go to this draft day, where you're going to go to central office, you're going to get your teacher laptop, you're going to get a school t-shirt, you're going to meet all the school officials. And, you know, it's just going to be a good time. For me, I already know my school officials, already have my school laptop, but I do want to go just to kind of show my face. But I am going to go to that. That is at 10:45, so I have from now until about 10:15, 10:30ish, and then I'm gonna make my way down there, and then I'll make my way back to kind of get some stuff finished up in my room. I took home all my leveled readers, and I did get all of them. Folded. Now, silly me, I forgot to take my stapler home, so I did not get to staple them. But I do have all of them put together. They just need to have the staples and the tape on them. So I'm going to go ahead and get that finished, and then I will be officially done with all my leveled readers for levels A through N. Praise the Lord, because I got sick and tired of doing that mess. I still have to do my schedule cards. I still have to get ready for some back to school stuff. Go ahead and finish up with my kids' folders with all the paperwork that they need. And then I'm going to go ahead and get started planning for the first half day and the first day of school. Y'all, I could cry tears of joy right now because I'm finally done making all these leveled readers from reading A to Z. It took a lot longer than I expected. Not so much just the getting them together, but as far as printing them out, and also just getting the willpower to actually sitting down to do them took a lot. But I'm super happy that I got those done. I think I talked to you guys about what I want to do with their book bins, because I think I told you that all these smaller book bins that you see were actually my students' book bins last year, and since I put them in my library, I didn't know what I wanted to do for my kids' book bins. There were some like cardboard ones that I could put together,
in my back closet area. I had tons and tons of cardboard ones that I could have put together, but they looked ugly. I didn't know if I could spray paint them to make them look good, and I didn't think that they would hold all the things that I wanted it to hold. So what I did was I did some shopping, and I found these book bins at Walmart. They're black, which is what I wanted. I wanted black ones for my kids, and they're huge. They're kind of like the big ones that I have for my E, F, H, I, M, and N. They are humongous book bins. I got these for them. They're black like I want them. And I kind of spaced them out. I have some right here on my kids' mailboxes. I have some right here. I'm going to put a couple more right here. I just want to space them out. I don't want them all in one area. So when my kids go and get their book bins, they're all crowded in one space. I want to come space them out around the room so that way there's not a big traffic jam. I am going to work on some more back to school stuff. I have a cool idea because I noticed that my kids struggled a lot with graphs, not as far as making the graphs and telling, you know, how many each category has, but they had a big problem with telling how much more, how many more, how much fewer, all that stuff. So I think what I'm going to do is, as part of my calendar math time, I'm going to have a whole group graphing type thing where they come in the morning, and one of the things they do is they vote on some type of question. And I'm going to use this pocket chart to make it. And let me show you guys the template that I'm going to be using. All right, so I got this pack. It is actually a graphing unit that I got from Miss Giraffe on Teachers Pay Teachers. Actually, I love reading stuff on her blog, and I found out she had a Teachers Pay Teachers account, and I just wanted to look and kind of see what she had, and this is something that I really fell in love with. So there are just different questions on here. This one right here, how do you get to school? What is your favorite food? And then the pages after that, they kind of have their choices they could choose from. Now, for first grade, the first grade standard is that they have to use up to 3 categories when they're graphing. This definitely has more than 3. I don't see the harm in doing 4 or 5 until you get to the comparing the numbers as far as how much, how many. But I think it's really cool, just one, especially at the beginning of the year, just to kind of see the similarities and differences between the kids. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have them answer these questions right here and choose their favorite category. And one thing that I do like about it is that it kind of gives you some character cards. What I don't like about the character cards is that they are not as diverse as I would like. So you have these characters right here you can choose from for your kids. As you can see, it's not very diverse. There's not much going on. So I don't know if I want to use these or if I just want to use like actual pictures of my kids, or if I just want my kids to do like a self-portrait. I just give them like a head shape, and then they do their own hair, their own eyes, mouth, glasses if they want it. Yeah, I don't know if I want to use these or not, but I'm definitely going to use these. Definitely going to use these. And like I said, they have tons of different questions. Which special do you like the best? And then it gives you those categories: art, library, computers, PE, music. What subject do you like best? Which zoo animal do you like best? Which farm animal do you like best? What color is your hair? How many letters are in your name? That's a great one for beginning of the school year. I think as a grade level, we're going to be doing chrysanthemum the first week of school. So that is something I could definitely tie in with that. What do you like to do at home? What do you want to live in? How many siblings do you have? What do you love about summer? So a lot of different categories. Obviously, I'm not going to have enough categories to last the whole year, which is fine. I could always come up with some stuff on my own. But just something that I plan on using just so my kids have that extra exposure to graphing when we get to the unit. We don't usually teach graphing until the end of the year, around March, April. But I think giving them this exposure
very early and working on it, by the time we come to this standard, it'll be so easy to, well, not easy, it'll be so achievable for them.
Okay, so the first thing that I've done was I cleaned out my community supplies. If you don't know, I do use community supplies as well as individual supplies. So with me doing flexible seating, I have kids where they can sit on their own by themselves, or they can sit in groups and collaborate with other kids. Now, if you're sitting with a group and collaborating with other kids, you'll notice boxes on my table. So I have a box on this table with these set of desks right here, with those chairs, with that circle table right there, and as well as with this sitting table back here. And each box can supply up to 4 kids. And I just put a lot of different things in there. I put 2 packs of crayons in there. I put 4 pair of scissors, 4 glue sticks. I'll put a couple of erasers in there, and I also put a pencil pouch in there, which will have about 5 or 6 pencils in there. Now, I'm probably going to have a lot of questions on how I supply all these. Luckily for me, I didn't buy any of this stuff. These are leftovers from last year. So a lot of these supplies are last year's supplies. Obviously, the scissors are used scissors that got left behind or that were already here when I first started. Crayons that have never been opened, that are just sitting in the classroom. Glue sticks, all this stuff is new except for the scissors. Those have been used, but everything else is brand new. Now, the individual supplies, which will be stored in these boxes right here, which will still have all the same things as the community supplies. It'll have pencils, scissors, erasers, glue sticks, dry erase markers, their headphones that they'll use in the class. All that stuff will be put in their individual supplies. And I think that'll just cut down on what's mine, what's not, as far as if somebody has a certain type of smelly crayon or something like that, because you guys know 6-year-olds will go to war over a crayon that's theirs and someone else has. So individual supplies, they stay in their boxes. Nobody else uses those. Community supplies, you can always use those if you need it. For any reason that a kid doesn't have any supplies, they can always come to me and I will give them supplies. I have extra crayons. Now, last year, my kids, I need to find something new to do with the crayons, because last year I just put the boxes in there, just the regular crayons in the regular boxes. It didn't work out. I mean, the boxes were ruined within a week, and then it just got pretty crowded with crayons thrown everywhere in here. I don't want to put them in the pencil pouches because I feel like it'll just be a mess in the pencil pouches, but I might get some like storage containers and put the crayons in there to kind of keep them nice and neat. That's what I'm thinking. I probably will just go ahead and do that.
All right, so just kind of show you guys what I have on today. I'm not really one to dress up. If you know me, I really enjoy just wearing t-shirts and sweatpants. If I could teach in t-shirts and sweatpants all day, every day, I would be the happiest teacher in the world. But I can't. So I usually just settle for maybe like a school shirt or some type of V-neck shirt and khaki pants. That's kind of like my go-to. So it's not super formal, but at the same time, it's professionally appropriate. But I kind of figured, you know, since school officials are going to be there, I just figured I would kind of try and dress up just a little bit. And then after that, just show them the real me. But yeah, it is 10:15. It doesn't take a lot of time to get to Central Office from my school. I do want to kind of get there a little bit early before the scheduled time, just to, you know, show my face. So I'm going to go ahead and be on my way now. All right, so I just want to check in with you guys super quick, just because I'm about to leave my room and because my battery's about to die. So I had a really productive day. I came in, I finished my leveled readers, I cleaned out cabinets, I've organized, I've rearranged. I went to the draft day that my district was hosting. It was really nice. I got to take some pictures with my principal, with the director of schools, got some refreshments. I didn't have to get a laptop like most teachers did, just because I already had my laptop from when I student taught. I did, though, see some people that I'm going to be working with this school year at this school, as well as some friends of mine that got hired on at different schools throughout this district. So it was really good seeing them. I actually got to see a couple of my friends' rooms that they've been getting together. So it was really good for me to see that and kind of get some ideas from them. I seen one of my team members here working on his room today, so it was really good to see him and kind of see what he's going to be doing for this school year. But I'm about done for today. I don't have any more energy left in me to be here, so I'm going to go ahead and leave. What's up, guys? I am in my classroom. I just got back from my first day of new teacher orientation. I just want to check in with you guys. I'm going to let you know how that went. The first day went really well. We started out with the director of schools in a board member chair coming up and talking to us, talking about, you know, what the district is all about, its core values, just some very insightful things. Now, this will be my third year working with the district, so I kind of already know what the core values and all the expectations that, you know, they want us to have. It wasn't really new information for me, but it was still great to hear coming from them. So how today went, we started out in a big auditorium with everyone in there, and like I said, the director of schools and chair board member was there talking to us. After that, we broke up into our different groups, and how they grouped us, we had a SPED group, we had an early childhood group, which is like pre-K, kindergarten, first grade. We had a second and third grade group that was also integrated with special area teachers, and the last group was for the 4th through 6th grade teachers. So with me teaching first grade, I was obviously in the kindergarten, the pre-K, kindergarten, first grade group. And what we did today was we had 2 sessions. Our first session was technology. So we went over all that technology stuff. Then we had a break, we had lunch. After that, we went into our second class. So the second class that I had was a comp class, kind of like how when I was in college we had to take a comp course talking about all like classroom management, stuff like that. So it was kind of like that, except for this class was strictly on classroom organization. So those were the classes that I did today. They were good. I can't complain about anything that I did today. And we ended the day with some team building activities. So we went all back in that big auditorium after our second class, and we just did a bunch of team building games, and it was a really nice way to end the day. So tomorrow, what I have, tomorrow will kind of go like how today went. We'll start out at the beginning of the day with some speakers talking to us for about 30, 45 minutes, and then we'll break right back into our other classes. So tomorrow, my 2 classes will be classroom climate, and then the second one will be comp part 2, which is getting ready for the beginning of the school year, and then how to set rules and procedures for your classroom. So I'm also really, really excited for tomorrow's classes. The last day, Friday, we're going to go ahead and start the day off with a resource fair. And then after that, we're going to have what they call the coaches corner. So all of our instructional coaches are going to be coming in. And I'm guessing it's going to kind of be like a roundtable discussion. We'll probably be broken up maybe by schools. I don't know. Maybe by grade level. Who knows until, you know, the day of. But I'm really excited for that. And I guess it's just kind of like an open dialogue. Is if we have any questions, we could just talk about it as a group and kind of come to a consensus on that type of stuff. But I'm really excited. I am so glad that I'm coming to this district, and just I feel so welcomed, and school hasn't even started yet. So that is that on my new teacher orientation. Okay, so I told myself that I would not come to my room after my new teacher orientation, but it's day 1, and I knew I was going to cave in, and what did I do? I caved in. I went to Walmart and I bought some stuff. The first thing that I bought, and really the main reason why I went out anyway, was that I wanted to buy these book bins. Now, I showed you guys in the last video the book bins that I used for my kids last year. Okay, so these are the book bins that I used last year. I had them in all different types of colors. I had them in red, blue, green, purple, and yellow, which are the 5 colors that I use when I group my kids. Like I said, these are the book bins I used last year. Now, these have held up really, really well. I mean, these look brand new. I mean, there is nothing absolutely wrong with these at all. Now, these are the ones that I said I used last year. One problem that I did have with these last year, I used these to hold my kids' library, the school library books, as well as any type of journals that we had. We had plant journals, we had science journals that went in here, and just a lot of different things. My one thing about these were that they were just a little bit small. Whenever they would get library books, a lot of library books are big, especially for kindergarten and first grade, and a lot of my kids' library books from the school library did not fit in these book bins, so I kind of had to make like a makeshift bin where they could put like their very big books at the end of the book bins. But there was that, and then like I said before, there weren't a lot of space to put a lot of stuff in, so I knew for this year I wanted to kind of get some bigger book bins, which is why I've been looking for these bad boys. As you can tell, the green bin is obviously, it's it's nothing compared to these black bins right here. And I actually got all black bins for all of my kids. I don't know if I told you guys this, but kind of like how these book bins have the numbers on the front, I'm going to do the exact same thing with these right here. There's going to be an adhesive pocket on the front. I'm just going to slide a little card in that has their number on it. And as you can see, it is huge. I don't think I'll have a problem with any of their big books going in here, as well as like their writing journal, their ELA journal, their science journal, all that stuff fitting in here as well. So I was actually on the fence about these right here. So I've got to stop filming right here, y'all. This is like right in front of my window and people are just walking by. I don't know if you guys know this, but my school is like in the middle of a neighborhood. Like, well, it's not in the middle of a neighborhood, but there's a neighborhood like right behind this school. And a lot of people like walk to a school to use the playgrounds, and there's like a walking trail right outside my room that they can use, and people are just walking by, just staring at me talking to this camera. And I don't know if they think that I'm stupid or if I just feel stupid that I think they're calling me stupid. I don't know, but I just gotta find somewhere else to record because this is getting ridiculous. Okay, I don't even know what I was saying anymore because I got so distracted. I don't know if you guys have seen these before, but I use these a lot. Not these particularly, but there's smaller ones. I think they call them pixie boxes. Let me grab one and show you what they look like. Okay, so these are the pixie boxes that I was talking about. I use these for absolutely everything. I use them in my caddies for when I'm storing supplies like hole punches, paper clips, brads, all types of stuff. I keep them in here, and I have them in my little organizer right here by my small group table. So I have these for that. I use these in my math center stations. Whenever I have any manipulatives like dice or counters, I use them for these. I did have a limited amount when I got in this classroom. They had, I think, about 10 of them, and I was really struggling with using them just because I had so many math games that I wanted to put out for my kids to play with, but I didn't have enough storage to put their manipulatives in. So I was kind of stuck between that. But I went to Walmart one day near the end of school, and I saw that they started selling these for like 70 cents a piece. So I bought like a whole box full of them. It ended up being like, I want to say like 15 bucks. And I got, like, just to show you, I got this, it literally covered up this whole thing right here. And the great thing about these is they hold up really well. I've not had one break yet, and it's really easy for my kids to use. So it has these latches on the side that hold the top in place. All you have to do is pull this latch down, and take the top off, and that's it. And then for putting the top back on, it's just as simple. Put the top on that bad boy, put these latches up, and that is secure. It's not opening, it's not going anywhere. So really, really good storage device if you guys need anything to store your math and manipulatives in for your kids to use. So like I said, it was really easy for my kids to use. So I've been trying to figure out how I could store my kids' crayons because we don't have crayon boxes in here. I just don't like them. They're clunky. They make a lot of noise when you shake them. My kids drop them constantly. They break constantly. Stuff flies all over the classroom floor constantly. So I knew that I did not want to have anything to do with crayon boxes. That's why I had these bins right here in this little wooden shelving unit right here, have all their supply boxes in there. I originally put just their regular crayon boxes in there. I just put the crayon box in their supply boxes. And I'm just thinking, oh, well, it'll just be super easy for them to just take a crayon out, put a crayon back in. Obviously, I was naive. I wasn't thinking all that stuff through. I don't know what was going on through my head, thinking that they could use this box to keep all their crayons together, because literally after 3 days of using their supply boxes, these boxes were nowhere to be found. So I've been trying to think of different ways to kind of keep them organized. And today I came across these bad boys. They're like these Pixie boxes, except they're a little bit bigger. These are called Super Stackers. I don't know if they're the same brand. They look the same to me. So, and these work super well. So I said, why not? I was a little apprehensive at first because I wasn't sure if the pack of crayons would fit in here. But then I actually read the container that these were sitting in, and they literally called these crayon boxes. So I said, okay, they'll fit. Let me go ahead and buy a class set. So I bought 30 of these. Yes, I used my own money for it. The reason why, I mean, it has those movable parts, but I don't think it'll have a lot of wear and tear. So I bought 30 of them. I know I have 18 kids, so I bought one for every kid, put in their individual supply boxes. But then I also have community supply boxes that go in these right here, and I put at least 2 crayon boxes in here as well. So I had to get about 10 more of these for my community boxes for their supplies. So I actually went ahead and put a couple of crayons in these boxes, and if you look, they are in there really nice and neat. It's not really crammed in there. I mean, they can wiggle around, they can move, but I mean, if I were to drop this, it's still on there. So it's not going to fall out and go everywhere. It's not going to make a big mess. So I really like that. And just like with the Pixie boxes, it has these latches on the side. You'll just push them down. Top comes off. They're in there nice and neat. Grab what you need. Put the top back on. Close it. And you're good to go. So I went ahead and bought lots of those. And then I went to Target. I know there's a lot of things going on about Target. I know I talked about buying stuff that's not instructional for your classroom and just having it just so it looks good. But these are actually serve a purpose. These are dry erase pockets. I use these a lot for my phonics tubs whenever we do phonics 4 in a row and whenever we do roller words. So instead of me printing off 5,000 billion bajillion sheets of paper, I could just have 5 or 6 of each, put them in these pockets, and I can recycle them every single year. So I bought some of these. I already have like about 15 of these, but I mean, it never hurts to have extras. So I went to Target to the dollar spot. They had 4 in the dollar spot, so I went ahead and got those and racked them up because we use these for a lot of things in my classroom. I got some more flare pens just for me. I got some more Mr. Sketch markers because I don't know what really happened to mine. I bought some when I first moved into this room, and I have no clue where they are. I will say I did let some of my kids use them at the end of the year. I bet their butts put them in their backpacks and took them home with them. Bless their hearts. I still love them, but I really love Mr. Sketch markers because I use them to make my anchor charts, and it just kind of, you know, bleh. Made me a little sad that I couldn't find my Mr. Sketch markers. So any of my kids going to 2nd grade, if you're watching this and if you took my Mr. Sketch markers, I do not appreciate it. I still love you. We ain't got no beef or nothing, but you know, I just want to let you know I was kind of sad that my markers weren't there. So I went ahead and bought some more of those. I was actually going to go ahead and try and start making some rule anchor charts for my flexible seating and go ahead and get that started. But yeah, I think that's all I got. Yeah, that's about all I got. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting my community crayons in these boxes. I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of these boxes in their individual supply boxes, just so that way it's already ready. I'm going to actually also put their labels on these as well, not my kids' names, but on their supply boxes. I don't put their names, I just put student 1, student 2, student 3, so it just corresponds to their student number. So I'm going to do the same for these, just going to print on some Avery labels, student 1, student 2, student 3, and then just put them in their boxes, so that way it's already ready for them come the first day of school. So I'm going to go ahead and work on that, and then I'm about this piece. I'm not going to come here tomorrow, cross my heart. But I will be here Friday, because some of my team teachers will be here on Friday, and I am excited to see them and talk to them about how their summer went and help them get their room set up. So I don't know if I'll actually record them. I don't know how they feel about being on camera. I'll ask them and see. If they are cool with it, you'll see them. If not, you just won't. But I'll see you guys on Friday. All right, guys. So today is Friday, July the 20th. I finished my new teacher orientation. It was amazing. I had lots of fun. I learned lots of really cool things for this upcoming year. I came back to my classroom after the orientation. I finished getting some stuff together, and I will say I am ready to do my classroom video. So that will definitely be up for next week. I did not see my team teacher today. I was in my room most of the day. I'm not sure if she was here or not. But yeah, that's about where I am for this week. I'm going to rest up this weekend, because I only have this weekend and next week before the kids are here. So I'm going to be spending some time at the pool. I'm going to be, focusing on me and, getting lots of rest before the school year starts. So I probably won't be up here again until maybe Thursday or Friday. I know I have a bunch of optional professional development. I'll be taking some classes on Wednesday, some classes on Thursday, and either Thursday or, well, I'll definitely be here Friday because it's an in-service day. But I might be here Thursday to film the classroom tour video. But that's it for this vlog. Make sure you like and subscribe if you want to see any more videos from me. Thank you guys so much, and I will catch you in the next video.